Hi guys, Parm at Car Audio, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Project Buzz. Now, if you are new to the channel or if you've just stumbled across us, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, because let's face it, this iD.Buzz is going to look pretty mental. Welcome back to this series. For those of you that have been following the build, now that the audio is all done, and I must say it sounds brilliant, to be honest with you. It's a lot more vocal. The sound stage has been lifted right up and we've got more bass, which is going to make those long journeys a lot more pleasurable. Now, for the exciting part, which I'm really excited about, it's time to get the air suspension sorted on the Buzz. Now, we've teamed up with Airlift Performance on this for the management. We're going to be putting Airlift 3H on this, so it's going to have electronic height adjustment and pressure as well. So it's going to do both. Particularly on this, it's going to be pretty good, because if you do load the van up with luggage and people and all sorts of things, the electronic height sensors will automatically adjust the ride so it stays at the normal ride height, which is pretty handy. Even when you're camping and if you're parked on uneven ground, the height sensors will automatically adjust all the suspension for you. Let's talk about the air struts. Our good friends over at Street Tech in Germany have sent over us airbags for the Buzz. Here we have two airbags that are going to go on the rear. We're going to be using the OEM shocks, which are short enough to get maximum drop, so there's no actual need to upgrade those. And also on the front as well, Bilstein shocks with Street Tech bags mounted on top. And we also now are going to have a camber adjustment so we can really dial in the ride. Really looking forward to this. Now, if you follow me, look what we've had to do just to get to the front struts. We've literally had to strip the whole front end. But because it's a new car, it's been pretty easy to take apart. So Jay and Steve will be starting to install the air struts on this as of this afternoon. And then we've got to do the height sensors for the Airlift 3H management. Other than that, we're all good to go. It's all stripped out. The airlines are all run and we're ready to go. Carry on watching, and yeah, this thing's going to hit the deck very soon. Before I get into the air suspension, let me just report back to you on the current draw situation after the audio upgrade. Now, I'm still only charging it once a week. It's giving me the same mileage, give or take probably a few miles here and there, but most definitely is absolutely negligible. I have not noticed any major additional current draw, so I'm happy to report back to say it more or less hasn't made any difference to the battery life on the iD.Buzz, which I'm super happy about. So I'm still charging once a week. It's still costing me the same amount of money. It's going to be a few miles out because we are into the summer months and I'm using the AC a lot more. Rest assured, you can upgrade the audio in your EV with no problems, with no worries, with no drastic reduction in your range. So there we go. Yes. Now for the fun bit. The bit that I really like and the bit that I really enjoy is the air. Well, you could probably tell it's sitting a lot lower than stock. This is the new drive height on the standard wheels. And in the previous episode, you would have already seen where we had mounted the Airlift controller in the center console, right next to the Audison DRC control knob. But yeah, it drives really nice. Listen, everything looks better lower, man. This car looks absolutely savage when it's dropped. Let me just air it out for you and show you how low it goes. Here we go. And voila, there we have it. So the next stage now is for the wheels. It comes standard with 20-inch wheels from factory. So I'm going to go for 22s. I have struggled a little bit, to be fair, but I think I found something that's going to look very good, but the only problem is they're 22 by 10s. Now on the back, that's not an issue. The issue is on the front. Everyone's telling me 22 by 10s are not going to fit on the front of this car. So statistically, they're not going to fit, but mentally, I'm going to make them fit. So first of all, thanks very much to Ron at Rotiform, aka Wheel Pros, for sending over a test fit wheel. So these are the Rotiform GRZ 22 by 10s. That's the closest kind of specifications that I could get to try and possibly make them fit. Now, I have previously tried just the wheel on the front, and it was very, very, very close to the airbag. Now that I've had a 255 35 22 tyre mounted to the wheel, we're going to find out whether it's going to work or not. Like I said, statistically, it ain't going to work, but mentally, I'm going to make it work. Nothing. Oh my God, they fit. Oh my God. Jay, they fit.
Yeah, I told you they fit.
No, you didn't. You said that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. Oh my. The wheel is only 5 mil away from the actual strut, and then the bag was above the wheel, if that makes sense. And I really thought that this is going to go up, but mate, oh, that is music to my ears, that is. So I've gone for 255 35 22 Accelera tyres. Now, they are actually known as a budget tyre. To be fair, I think they're pretty good for the money. Now this, I think, cost me about 80 quid compared to if you went Michelin or Pirelli or something. I think the starting price is around about 250 to 300 pound per tyre. Crazy, isn't it? But this is only a test fit, and if it works, if it pulls off, then yeah, I will probably put maybe some Michelins on there or something. What I like about the Acceleras is that they stretch really nicely, whereas a Michelin, they're actually not designed to stretch very well. Falcon tyres also stretch really nice. Nankangs have probably got the best stretch, but I couldn't get a Nankang tyre in this size. You all know I love a Nankang tyre. I've just put a set of Acceleras on the 750 as well. I think they're actually really good tyres, and if you look at the rating of these tyres, the ratings are actually pretty good. Let's see how we get on. Also, thanks to Andy at Tyre Streets for sending over this tyre for us to use as a test fit. Appreciate that, mate. I'll owe you a couple of coffees and maybe a burger at our next Car on Coffee event. But anyway, that's enough of that. Let's get this wheel on and see how it looks. Pretty gassed actually. I don't need to do any arch liner modifications. I don't need to get rid of any lips. It's fitting like a glove. What do you reckon, Jay?
No, that looks lovely.
Now that we know they fit, it's time to get back on the phone to Ron and get the other wheels ordered. Yeah, I'm super gassed, mate. Super gassed. Everyone said it wouldn't happen, but it happened. brings us to the end of this episode and this project. To say I'm happy with this is a bit of an understatement. The Buzz is now fully bagged, running 3H Airlift management. We're running Street Tech bags on it with Bilstein shocks, and we're also running a set of 22x10 rotiform GRZ wheels, all wrapped up in 225/35 22 tyres. So the 22x10s are on the front, although they did go on, they are a squeeze. I was being told that they're not going to fit, but behold, with the right size tyre, they went on like a dream. Could have gone wider on the rear, but the GRZ is only available in a 10-inch wheel, so I had to go with that. I've got space to add a little bit of a spacer on the back, which I might do when I get back to the workshop. The Airlift controller is nicely built into the center console, just next to the driver, so you can control the air almost without having to take your eyes off the road. And there's nothing to see in the boot neither, so you've still got your whole boot space to load your wagon up and go on that staycation. Now, what we've done is we've mounted the tank behind this quarter panel, and the manifold and the compressor is mounted behind this panel. No one's none the wiser. So for us, the iD.Buzz was the first electric vehicle that we've done a full-on project on, which includes a full audio upgrade, air suspension and wheels. In the beginning I was a little bit apprehensive, but to be honest with you, it's been a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. It looks fantastic, it drives fantastic, and it sounds absolutely brilliant. We are at Goodwood Festival of Speed this coming week, so if you're at the show, please pop onto our booth and make sure you have a demo of the Audison audio upgrade. It sounds absolutely fantastic. What's next for this car is an exhaust, an intake system, and maybe a bigger turbo. Haha, I wish.